Yes. Well, it's always the fact that when you visualize the flow of value to your organization, it's a hugely enlightening process by itself. But it is mainly that because of the conversations that happens whilst you're doing that. In many organizations, because they use digital tools to map the value streams, or they know what the lead times or the wait times or time to market are, they use DORA metrics. So organizations could say, yeah, we have this under control. We know what it is. We have the numbers. We work on them. But it's actually when you start doing that work with a lot of people in the room and they talk about their experiences and what is actually happening, then only it comes to the surface what is really um, the biggest constraint underneath. And very often, in this case, a lot of people were constantly context switching, for example, because they got work in, they could do part of it, then they needed someone else. So they needed to hand over the work. And whilst they were waiting, they started something new. And then the other work came back. So they started on that again. You know how that happens? And then cognitive load of the people just goes through the roof because they're working on so many things at the same time and they don't want to waste time because all of those people were hugely motivated by the work that they did. So they worked very hard. So each and every time they needed to wait for something, they just picked up something else and they started on this and they did this and they did this. They were also a little bit understaffed. So that also made it a bit worse that they actually needed to do so many things, so many different domains, so many different areas in which they were needed that they were actually their cognitive load went through the roof. And that's something that you can't always see when you just visualize things. Those are the things which come up when you talk about all the things which are happening underneath. Why people are context switching, why they're picking up other work, why they need to be everywhere doing all those different things, and what the consequences actually are on the speed and the quality that they are able to deliver. So, one of the things we did then, because we realized that people were all over the place, was we mapped the organization from the outside in.